Hello there! This is Oparensis. A common mistake among Star Wars is confusing stormtroopers with clone troopers. My friend Alexei, I'm sorry that I'm always using you, Alexei, for those kind of videos, but I'm sorry if it offends you. Well, that's a common mistake, and Alexei and many others confuse stormtroopers for clone troopers. In this video, I will explain what the difference is between clone troopers and stormtroopers. Clone troopers were genetically made clones of Jango Fett, the bounty hunter. He provided the clones with the look and every single skill. However, the clones were created in factories on the planet Kamino by its inhabitants, Kaminoans. After the Republic, or should I say Obi-Wan Kenobi, discovered the clone army, they, without any questions, began using them as warriors against the Separatist Alliance, otherwise known as the Confederacy of Independent Systems. However, this led to the fall of the Galactic Republic and the rise of the Galactic Empire, as each of the clones, without knowing themselves, had the chip in their head, so that when Sidious would execute Order 66, each clone's mind would be turned and they would forget everything about them serving the Jedi leaders and simply just wipe them out. After that, the clone troopers loyally served the Empire. However, Palpatine, by the time that the Empire was about 3 to 5 years, wasn't so keen on using the clones anymore. That is why he tried to stay away from any clone fighting for the Empire and instead created academies for volunteers to fight in. Palpatine showed lots of propaganda to make people want to join the academies and serve the Empire. Those people were volunteers, and they would become stormtroopers. Stormtroopers were simple people, all different, not made genetically, just who wanted to fight for their empire, as the empire wasn't known as evil to the world, but as good. And that is exactly why stormtroopers were sent to those academies. Then they received their armor and served the empire. Now the question here is, why did Palpatine suddenly not want to use clone troopers? Well, there are two answers to that question. The first answer is that the Kaminoans who were creating the clone troopers for the Clone Wars didn't really like the Empire. And Palpatine suspected that they might have been making other clones that he wasn't aware of that could fight him. And sure, they actually were. And that is one of the reasons. However, the most important reason is the second one. You see, the Kaminoans made the clones grow faster than normal human beings. That means that, when 5 years passed, they were about 10 years old. And that is exactly why Palpatine didn't need them. Because most of those clone troopers were already very old due to how quickly they grew. And as they got older and older, they got weaker and weaker and less useful. That is why Palpatine fought on using actual human beings just for the Empire. Well, I hope that explains the question. Thank you, Operensis is out.